Hello and welcome to Gentoo. I'm Nathaniel Cochran.
And I'm Madeline Mosbauer.
And this is your source for all things video game and tech related.
Let's start things off with this week's up-and-coming releases. You can look forward to seeing these titles and many more released throughout the month on your favorite platforms.
Since this is the last episode of our season, we're going to finish off the month of December, which honestly, there's not too much.
Just Cause 4 for the PS4, Xbox One, and PC on December 4th.
Persona 3 Dancing in Moonlight for the PS4, Vita on December 4th.
Persona 5 Dancing in Starlight for the PS4 and Vita on December 4th.
Super Smash Bros. Ultimate for the Switch on December 7th.
Earth Defense Force 5 for the PS4 on December 11th.
And Insurgency Sandstorm for the PC on December 12th.
These games and many more will be releasing throughout the month, so be sure to keep an eye out for them.
Up next, check out Bits and Bytes with her, Madeline.
Me.
It's you.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Bits and Bytes. This is our last episode and we're taking it with a bang. We're going to play Race to the Sun. Mm-hmm. I'm playing it.
Yes, she's going to get to level 3.
Hopefully. Fingers crossed.
I don't know what the blue things do. I think they give you more points. So you have like 100 points or something like that.
Okay. Oh.
So points are good. Oh, that was a cool thing. I don't know what that was over there.
I don't know what any of this stuff is. I don't like the spheres. I don't know what are these supposed to be bushes?
Yeah, they're bushes in person. Oh, those are cool. It was you literally, that was like the end. Oh boy, it's gonna be a long episode, everybody. Buckle in!
Try number 2!
Alright.
Maybe my goal should be like, get past level.
Oh! What are you doing? Okay, alright, here we go.
That was not hard.
Attempt number 3. Here we go.
Race to the Sun.
Race to the Sun.
Round
Region 2.
Oh, region. Okay.
Ooh,
graphics are a little bit...
Okay. Good work, good work. You're doing great. You're doing great. Follow the sun. Don't.
I like this.
You can't say. You can't stay in the dark too long.
So the upgrade of graphics from level 1 and level 2. Okay, they're the same graphics, but like
It looked better.
you can tell that they're giving you more of a challenge because like stuff moves. Level 1, it just looks like the goblet of fire. The further you get into the game, the more sensitive you are in messing with the like stick.
Solid. Solid.
It's honestly kind of addicting.
Oh, good work. Good work. Good work.
I feel like the Maze Runner right now.
Oh yeah. Get some of that goodies. Get those goodies.
Oh, yep, got none.
You also better get that.
What's up, dude?
Daylight extended.
Goal achieved.
Region 3.
Goal achieved. Ah! Yes. Story.
It's the sun.
It's okay. So it's boring, but it's good.
Sure.
So like, as you get further, the things change.
You get more unlockables, like
and you
the
get closer
magnet.
to the sun.
Mm-hmm.
So the story, average 4 out of 5.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Okay.
Graphics, boring. They do upgrade.
Yeah, sure.
Average 3 out of 5.
Okay.
Because they're boring.
Okay.
Replayability's a 6.
Oh, there it is. And we're caught up.
Because I played this, I just want to keep playing it. Like I want to keep beating my personal best. It's not, it doesn't take forever to load again.
Yeah, it's very true. It's very quick.
Yeah, but you do start at level 1, so like.
But you also get, I think it's like a roguelike. You get like attachments while you go.
Yeah.
Like there's the jumping option and the.
And then you catch on to like the yellow stars and wanting to get those over and over again.
So you can get more sunlight.
Yeah.
Play more.
So I liked this game. It was fun.
Yeah, it was cool. It was a cool game.
So a total of
13?
13 out of 15.
Pretty high score game.
It was really good. But thank you guys for watching this season and have a good life.
We'll miss you.
Stay tuned for more Gentoo.
Thanks, Madeline.
You're welcome.
It's no surprise, but signs are pointing to a very successful launch for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate.
Nintendo has announced that the game is the best pre-selling Super Smash Bros. Game of all time. Also, it's the best pre-selling Switch game ever. Even though pre-order figures may not be as important or reliable as they once were, it's still a notable achievement.
High pre-order figures may or may not be indicative of future performance, though. Ultimate has some pretty big shoes to fill, considering Super Smash Bros. For the Wii U sold 5.35 million copies, and Super Smash Bros. Brawl sold 13.29 million copies. So it's a very popular franchise, to say the least.
Nintendo also has several other high-selling games, but will this one take the top with those pre-selling numbers? It just might.
We will continue after some more commercials, but first, here's Aaron with Fluid Fighters.
Shalom, and welcome to Fluid Fighters with Aaron, where over the last 10 weeks, I feel like I've been able to learn a lot. Hopefully you have too, but for this episode, we're going to throw all that out the window, and we're going to look at some of my favorite clips from this last season, and hopefully you'll be able to get some enjoyment out of this. Or you can focus on mobility as you main an SMG with perks that improve your foot speed even when crouched, and a specialist who boasts a grappling gun, allowing you to zip to points of interest in no time at all, ignoring any silly ladders or ledges that may have been previously required. The ladder is my preferred way to play the game. Even though the grappling hook isn't nearly as fun as Titanfall 2's, it's still a great asset in combat and traversing the map in general. I won't tell you whether to turn your Corvo into a lethal assassin or a sneaky ghost, that's totally up to you. But I do recommend that you pick one way from the outset and stick with it for as long as you can. This makes it easier to allocate your in-game currency to tools and weapons that fit your playstyle, as you purchase lethal or non-lethal items to aid you in your mission. Thanks to the open level design and choice of gameplay mechanics, this makes you feel more powerful because you can arm yourself with knowledge of the streets. You can make choices and form strategies based on what you've seen of what's ahead, from a vantage point of your choosing, and you can always return there because in Dishonored, you're not tied to the ground. Instead, you exist in a space between playing actor and observer, dancing between watching, infiltrating, fighting, and escaping as you find your way through a broken city that's opened up by the agility of our hero. I chose Titanfall 2 for this week's episode as it offers up great mechanics that encourage players to always be moving, as well as making it a blast for them to just travel through the game world. The game involves mechs known as Titans too, but they're big and clunky, so we won't talk about them much this episode. Titanfall 2 allows players to jump into the air and seamlessly start running across walls and over obstacles that stand in the way. When the game launched, the skill gap began to grow quickly. As players started utilizing the building to help their odds in battle, a new level of verticality was added to the game. No longer tethered to set paths, Fortnite allows for you to carve your own way through the map as you lay down ramps, floors, walls, and roofs with the press of a button. This freedom allows for traversal not found in any other battle royale. Epic Games seems to be all in on offering different items that modify movement and present different styles of play. This is one of my favorite games to turn on and run around in if I find myself with a spare 30 minutes, and that's because it's a power fantasy in every sense of the phrase, placing you in a world full of destructible environments as well as giving you the creative instruments with which to destroy them. Just Cause 3 provides a spectacular explosive sandbox and some incredible tools to get around with as you try to return Rico's home to its natural state. The wingsuit allows you to cover great distances very quickly and is a joy to use once you get the hang of it. Definitely expect to die a few times from severe brain trauma as you pilot Rico into the ground. You can enjoy it a few different ways too, as you toggle through the different camera angles provided. If you're not a fan of third-person shooters, you can play the entire game in first person, and vice versa. For long trips though, you may want to check out the cinematic camera. This will set your horse to follow your waypoint, so you're free to put the controller down if you'd just much rather sit back and enjoy the vistas from a camera angle that is only available in the cinematic view. Alright, that's all for Fluid Fighters. Thanks for watching.
Welcome back to Gentoo. I'm Madeline.
And I'm Nathaniel, and you just saw Fluid Fighters with Aaron.
In a video released last week, Bungie revealed the Black Armory expansion coming to Destiny 2. For those who opt into the $40 annual pass, they will be able to earn new exotics and increase their power level with Black Armory.
The mini expansion centers around 801, the Black Armory vendor who will send players on a new quest to reignite the weapon forges lost during the Golden Age.
Players will accomplish this task partially through the Lost Forges activity, which is a new matchmaking experience for players. Up to 3 players will be able to group up together and defend the forges.
After collecting materials, players will be able to launch into an activity to go after one of the powerful new weapons in order to defend the forge.
Now it's time for Monkey Plays with Cody.
Guys, welcome back to the last episode of Monkey's Minecraft Adventures. Today we take the dangerous trip to the end in hope of defeating the Ender Dragon. We have no time to waste, so we're going to jump right on into it. And we're in. Alright, so I don't know exactly which way's up, but I'm just going to start digging up. Don't dig down, because I don't even know where to go. Oh, okay, I'm in the battlefield. Remember not to look at the Endermen. Alright, so we got to shoot the things on top of the...
I'm nowhere near it, but...
So guys, these crystals that you see me shooting heal the Ender Dragon when we do damage to it. So we got to get these out immediately so it doesn't heal him.
I'm getting hit by it.
I got one. Maybe. I'm going to figure out soon enough.
I don't know if I got enough to get up there, but I'm down here.
Alright, I'm up here. I'm breaking through the cage. I think it's a cage.
Crazy.
Alright guys, we're going back into it. Okay, yeah, I got my stuff back.
Huh?
We have to go up there and shoot the cage or break the cage because that's what's blocking our arrow. So I'm going over there to do that right now. Please don't come knock me off. Please don't come knock me off, sir. I just want to be your
Kind
friend.
of on me at the moment.
Alright,
For sure. I got an Enderman on me too. Where's
gotta break
Enderman
some
at?
more.
Did I kill him?
The explosion's gonna knock me back, so I gotta get back somehow. I got it. He's so I'm about to break my way down, and then we're about to go or try to kill it. Alright, I'm down. I'm back at level.
This? Oh, no way, bro.
Dang. Alright, come back here, boy. I didn't look at you, Mr.
Where you at?
Enderman. He's swooping in low. He's stuck on this thing right
he's
here.
Coming.
I think I accidentally looked at it.
If you hit the Enderman too,
Yeah,
they
dude,
come
I'm
after you,
hitting
bro,
him.
so-
I'm hitting the dragon. He's so hurt, dude.
Where you at?
He's up flying. Oh, he's sweeping back down, I think.
Yeah, and then you're gonna get
He's
stuck
stuck?
in the middle.
Let's go! This is it! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! We did it! Well, guys, that's gonna do it for our last episode of Monkey's Minecraft Adventures. As you saw, me and Will, we defeated the mighty Ender Dragon. I hope you guys enjoyed this series. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys all have a nice day, and I'll catch you guys later. See you guys.
Thanks, Cody. And thank you for watching Gentoo. I'm Madeline.
And I'm Nathaniel.
Stay tuned for Project Delta.
Gentoo and Delta air each week, Monday through Thursday at 7 p.m. And you can watch all of our content online at facebook.com/Gentoo8 and on KNWT's YouTube page.
Now, before we go, check out Heavy Hitters with Nathaniel Cochran.
I hitted myself too hard.
No.
No, I'm not going off this week. Welcome to Heavy Hitters featuring Nathaniel Cochran. Well, here we are, folks. 11 weeks, 10 competitors, and a whole lot of damage dealt, both to NPCs and to me, the player. The total number of character deaths I count, I'm pretty sure it was 35 deaths, with the least deaths being in Skyrim and the most deaths being in Deus Ex. So who hit the heaviest this season? Each heavy hitter was rated based on raw damage potential, versatility, and overall how I felt playing as the character. So here you have it, the top 10 heaviest hitters in all of video games in the whole universe, according to Nathaniel Cochran and his very limited resources. Number 10, Kiryu Kazuma from Yakuza. Kiryu is a prodigious fighter with great versatility and overall feel. However, he is just a mortal man who has no remarkable special abilities, so Kiryu is the baseline for this list. The Inquisitor from Dragon Age Inquisition. Now, the Inquisitor is extremely versatile and can be very powerful depending on how one plays, and it really pains me to say this because Dragon Age is one of my favorite games of all time, but the Inquisitor is pretty dull and has some really repetitive moves, so, you know, we're giving them number 9. Number 8 is Batman. Well, you know, he's Batman, he's cool, he has cool gadgets and, you know, kung fu skills and whatnot, but he's still a mortal man. And if he didn't have any prep time and a one-on-one fight with some of these competitors, he'd just be broken. Number 7, Adam Jensen. This cyborg has great versatility and raw damage, but relies too much on batteries. Number 6 is the Dragonborn. The Dragonborn can breathe fire and is all around a heavy hitter, but just doesn't have the muscle to be number 1. Number 5 is Doomguy. Doomguy is a pure demon-killing machine, but really lacks versatility. He shoots and punches. Like, there's nothing there. Number 4 is the Ashen One. The Ashen One has the unbreaking will of the undead, makes him a formidable foe, but you have to deal with dying again and again and again to improve. Number 3, Athena. Some people say the best offense is a good defense, but she lacks weapon accuracy. Number 2, the Hunter from Bloodborne. Now, the Hunter has deadly speed and power, but he's a glass cannon. He has the same problem as the Ashen One, where he just has to die again and again until he gets better. Now, before we get to the top spot, let's talk about some honorable mentions that I had on my list but just didn't have time to cover. Terror Billy from Wolfenstein. Steve from Minecraft. The Highlander. Janice Fillmore, Smoky Oats Retirement Home. Martin, the cat. These people were this close to making it on the list. If only I had more time to film this segment, maybe they would have made some shakeups at the top, but whatever. They're losers and they didn't make it. And now the moment you've all been waiting for, number 1, Krieg from Borderlands 2. Why? Because he's super fun to play as and he's one of my favorite characters of all time. Well, that's all the time we have for Heavy Hitters, folks. Thanks for watching all season, and keep it tuned here for Project Delta on Gentoo.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to a brand new episode of Project Delta. I'm Dalton Speast, and with me today is...
Nathaniel Cochran.
And today is finally the day where Nathaniel gets to talk about Fallout 76. We've got Fallout 4 right now because the internet's a little bit iffy in the studio, but here we are, and Nathaniel, I want to know, what do you think about Fallout 76?
Well, I wouldn't give it a perfect 10 out of 10, but I would give it a 9.5 because I'm IGN and people paid me money to say this.
Hey, that's pretty good.
I actually really enjoy it. I'm having a good time. I like the bait. I'm doing it again.
You just cannot hit the rats.
I can't hit the
they're
rats.
a small moving target.
No, I really like it. I loved the base building in 4 and the scrounging mechanic.
Fortnite?
No, I hate Fortnite.
Fallout 4.
Tonight. No, I would actually cry if they included a Battle Royale mode in 76.
I think they should.
They're probably going to try and save some of their numbers.
Nuke Royale.
Nuka Royale. Nuka-Cola. Anyway.
How nice.
No, but I always liked the base building mechanics in 76. Always liked. I liked the base building mechanics in 4, and a lot of times in 4, especially at higher levels, I just started traveling around on my own. Like right now, I don't have a follower or anything with me, so I don't really have all that much going on in the way of companionship. So it's pretty much the same as 76, in the sense that in 76 you build bases, you go and you scavenge for scrap and stuff. You build a base and you carry it with you everywhere. Ooh, a little stutter there.
I know that's what a lot of people have been talking about with 76 and comparing it to 4 is, I mean, in 4 you do have companions like your dog or your robot janitor thing in the beginning, but in 76 all of your companions are your friends online. And I know a lot of people think that when you're not playing with your friends and you're playing 76 by yourself, there's a lot more left to be desired. Like it's just not the same as any of the other Fallout experiences. What do you think about that aspect of the game?
Well, I think that is a founded, that's actually one of the complaints, a well-founded complaint, that's the word I was going to say. I think that is actually a good point, because I've been trying to get friends to play with me for a while now. It's come down to the point where I'm trying to buy my girlfriend a PS4 because she agreed she'd play with me. Also, the whole point of the Fallout games is you're a lone wanderer through this wasteland. But ever since Fallout 3, they've been ever since the first Fallout game, the isometric top-down point-and-click adventure, you've always had followers, you know? And if you have friends, you have friends. If you don't, you don't, you know? But I feel like that's how it is for every MMO. I've had so many pleasant interactions with random people. Hello. Oh, yeah, I forgot. What up?
The survivalists, what's happening?
Yeah, they're the operators. They're doing a raid right now. Nuka World DLC, hang out with raiders.
Not from Oakland.
No, who would want to? Fight me, Raiders fans. Don't actually, I know you'd take me up on that. I've had great interactions with people online, and I've had more positive interactions with randoms than I have had negative. So I would say that has given me a kind of okay view. I've had 2 really negative interactions, but that's aside from the point.
As someone who I'm ashamed to say it, but I played a lot of World of Warcraft back in my day. And
you?
But hey, sometimes you just gotta sit down and play some WoW. And man, I just love that. There's such a big community of people to talk with and play with, and even though there are those negative experiences, there's a lot of people who are really just trying to help you out by helping themselves. And sometimes you gotta think maybe the real Fallout 76 was the friends we made along the way.
Oh, exactly. That is the Fallout 76 itself. But one of my things I pride myself on is I always try and give a positive experience at my camp. I know that's funny, but I had somebody run up at my camp the day before yesterday, and she gave me the emote where she was over irradiated. So I just dropped a bunch of extra Radaway I had, because I have 85 Radaway, something
nice
insane.
Guy Nathaniel.
Exactly. But I like that sense of, oh, somebody stumbled across your camp. All right, what are they going to do? They stare at you with their gun out for a minute. What do? I immediately go to my emotes and make my character go. And then, this is probably off camera, I just realized.
Got him.
Darn it. Take that cut of darn it.
Will do.
Fix it in post. You know, they'll show up and they'll emote back. I haven't had people who are like super crazy.
Terrible.
Yeah, exactly. And I just think I've already had a fun experience, and the benefit of friends is making that experience even more fun, having somebody who's working with you towards a common goal. You know, I think that makes the complete difference in the game, you know. But it's still a Fallout game. A lot of people are upset because they wanted it to be Fallout 5 or Fallout 4.5, whatever you want to call it. But it wasn't that from the start, and they told us that it wasn't that from the start. But because Bethesda has such a high bar to pass with every single game, you know, they're just really, there are always going to be people who are like, well, this isn't as good as Fallout 3. Well, I was like, yeah, because you were 12 when you played Fallout 3. But a kid who got Fallout 4 when they were 12, and then now they're 13, and all they wanted to do in Fallout 4 was play with their friends, you know, and now having Fallout 76, that'd be awesome.
So, of course, talking about Fallout and Bethesda in general, you cannot just not talk about Todd Howard, who, of course, there will be a Todd Howard collage right here. There's no way I'm not going to put it in. But Todd Howard, he gets all the glory when a game is good, when you have Skyrim, which has been re-released for every single console ever. Game Boy Advance version is coming soon. But then you've
Amazon
got
Echo Skyrim, I love it.
Todd Howard is also taking all the harsh criticism that Fallout 76 is getting. So do you think Bethesda should be held up to the standard that they're held up to? And do you think that they deserve all this criticism that they're receiving about this game?
No, I don't, because internet, you can at me on this, your opinion doesn't matter. You bought the game, you're not happy with it, well, you already voted with your wallet. They're going to listen to your wallets. If you really didn't want the game, you shouldn't have bought it from the beginning, truthfully. And if you didn't like it, maybe try and get a refund. Probably won't happen, but, you know, like, the fact that you're attacking a person or a company because you're just like, oh, I can't believe this sucks. This is the worst experience I've ever had. Really? It's the worst experience you've ever had. There's people being shot, and you're upset that your video game is not what you expected it to be. And I just think that because everybody on the internet has a voice and everybody thinks their voice is important, let me tell you, it's not. That we have just gotten to this place where, especially in gaming, because the gaming community is toxic as all
Maybe
heck.
a little. Maybe a few too many rads.
Yeah, exactly, right? I'm almost at 50%.
So I'd like to thank everybody for joining us this season on Project Delta as well as on Gentoo, and I'd like to thank Nathaniel for coming out. But most of all, thank you to the
Did you
viewers.
just out me on camera?
Thank you to the viewers who come out and support every single week and watching us. Love you all. See you next time.
Bye.
Hi guys, it's Nate, executive producer and editor of Gentoo. Thank you so much for watching. To see last week's episode, click down here. To see every episode of Gentoo so far, click over here. If you want to stay up to date on all of our amazing KNWT content, click the subscribe button up here. Thanks for watching, and be sure to check back next week for more Gentoo.